What's up? I'm Brian Deegan. Welcome to my house. You're at the Mulisha compound, and come in, check it out. This is my game room. I always wanted to have like a hangout for the guys, and I always thought, you know what, there's the house and then there's the shop. And so I have the workshop and here's the game room. Put up everything that kind of has been memorabilia over the years, and just kind of wanted a cool bar hangout. So kind of just cruising, and it's got pictures all around the walls from stuff that I've done. And like this is probably one of my favorite pictures ever, is the 360 at the Coliseum that night when they gave me the red flag and I went out and stuck the 360, just barely pulling it. And that was like one of the best moments in my career. And it's just a cool thing I sit back and look at sometimes, you know? And so I come in and there's, you know, my TV, sit here and watch TV, watch videos with the guys, and just put some trophies up, just the basic deal. And this is kind of like my space in here, you know, like the little area that I get to do what I want. So, and then there's trophies from over the years, stuff that, you know, amateur nationals that I've won and are placed at, and through the years of Team Green and all that stuff. And I don't think a lot of people know, like since that last video came out of me winning the Supercross, that I actually used to race dirt bikes. So it's crazy. But yeah, and then just freestyle stuff, jerseys, the year I won the championship in freestyle, and just a cool little hangout place. And over here is the bar area, which isn't finished. I got this old bar from Mexico, and I just want to do some bottles, alcohol and stuff up here. But for now, I have all my helmets from back in the day. And this kind of starts from the day when I was on a mini bike, and you can tell I had a lot of style back in the day. I was riding with Mass Style when I started, you know. I've always been a true player in the game of motocross. So these are all the helmets that just go up through the years, and I have skateboards from like BAM and just all the others, Tony Hawk and all the guys I've hung out with over the years, and just cool little deals. So this helmet here, everyone kind of asked like what this helmet is, and it's the day when I raced for Moto XXX, Washougal Motocross, and we were like, you know what can we do next to piss off the AMA? And so we're like, we'll glitter my bike, my helmet, gear. Brian Swink did too. We were teammates, and went out. I remember I battled with like Pashon and Roncada for like 5th place on this glitter bike that was so ugly, like so hideous. It was like the full LBZ bike, and laid it on them, dude, and people were tripping, you know. And it was just funny because we had to have fun with it, because realistically there wasn't like a ton of money involved, and we were just there racing dirt bikes. So I think it was one of those moments that definitely pissed people off. So that was cool. That's a good memory. It's crazy what you can remember from helmets, you know. Like this is the one I won the LA Coliseum on. Was the first when I wrote Mulisha in here for the first time. That was the first deal in '97. So a lot's happened since then, you know. Came out here with 2 dirt bikes and a pickup truck in about '95, so no money, so somehow I pulled it off. I got a shot of like the car racing and stuff I kind of got into, raced some desert cars and now racing core trucks, so as you can see. This is a workshop that I wanted to build, and you know, it's like 3,000 square foot, has everything that you kind of need, and it's one of those things I've always just kind of dreamt up, and it was like one day I'll have the perfect spot, and I don't really plan on moving, but kind of kept the bikes over the years, and like pretty much everyone that ever wants to try to be a rebel on a motorcycle's got to have a chopper. So got the hardtail chopper, which kind of sucks on the dirt road, but it's fun. It's kind of just for show now. And I've kept these bikes over the years that Jesse James has done for me, and when I used to ride for him, I think we're the first ones to introduce like the polish and the paint and all the cool stuff to do to dirt bikes, you know, when kind of the norm was just a clean stock bike, you know, and we kind of changed it up. And like this bike, I won the LA Coliseum, or I did the 360 at the LA Coliseum and won best trick that year on this bike. And then 5 months later, crashed, broke my femur in both wrists, and came back a year later to win that event on this bike. So some history in here. And then this workshop, we just kind of did it out with with cabinets and the 450, which we ride the tracks on now, which beats me up and gets me in shape. So the 450 is fun to ride. And then I got the 250 two-strokes, keeping it alive with the two-strokes, not letting that die. So go out and hit ramps on these bikes, and it's cool, you know. Just go outside and hit a ramp. You don't have to go too far. So coming down here, I got actually asked Jim Downey for Brett's bike. A kid who passed away was my neighbor that we got into dirt bike riding, and he crashed and had a bad accident, ended up passing away, and his dad gave me his bike, which was super cool, and it's just like a cool memory because we used to hang out. He used to be my neighbor and lived like a couple houses down the street, and they're like family to me. So it's just a cool memory piece that I'll always have, you know. So that, and then into trucks. This was my next venture, racing trucks, and I wanted to try something new. And this was like Rick Johnson, Jerry McGrath, all the guys were doing it. So I went in and tried it out, and it was fun. I had a blast, but it's very expensive, way more than a dirt bike when you drive these things. So I've kind of parked it because the wife's been tripping. So come up here, and we have every true skit maker has to have a chips bike. And so I went out and bought 2 bikes from Hollywood Motors, and we still have yet to do my chip skit, and I'm gonna do it, and I have an idea, and I don't wanna tell you because it's good, and people are gonna really laugh. I don't want no one to steal it. So we roll around town, sirens still work, and we pull people over, dude. We basically, I go to the gym and roll up on people, and you can, people pull over still on these things, so it's pretty good. I throw on my cop helmet, cop shades, and regulate this town, you know what I'm saying? So my daughter has her go-kart, and there's a lot of toys in here, you know? It's a lot of stuff to kill time in your day, so I'm pretty stoked. And now it's kind of what my life's about, is hanging out and just figuring out what I want to do the next day, so it's pretty cool. But we'll cruise out and check out the house and see where all my money went. So this is a swimming pool that went way overboard on. We built this pool, and we're like, yeah, well, let's do a small pool that flows into another pool, and it turned out to be this huge like hotel style deal with a grotto cave and waterfalls and a big slide that comes down, barbecue pit, all the stuff. Like you can come up and sit in the water at the bar stools and at the bar and just get a drink or eat whatever, and swim under those rocks and goes into a cave. So it's a pretty sick setup, you know. Basically go ride dirt bikes when it's super hot, jump in the pool and chill out. So it's a pretty good deal. So this is the backyard, and we mainly did it up for the kids, did some cement so they can ride their bikes around grass, play house, and then the little garden area where my wife does her garden. So it's kind of actually just like a normal family, believe it or not. Once you get up to the house, it's like all the dirt bike talk and drama stays in the shop, and up here is kind of like the family deal, which is cool. You can look out over here, and there's a big winery, and the goal is to do grapes here and basically have a winery. So that's kind of the mode here in wine country in Temecula. So we'll see. That's the next venture. I'm cruising the house. Hey. Nothing. Hey. So this is the inside of the house, the kitchen. We have kind of did everything old wood, made it look more of like a beat up style wood, and the counter is all granite. I just thought it'd be cool and do the old metal and just kind of a more old Gothic look to the house, and everything's big pillars, and have a actual wine cellar right here that needs to get filled up eventually. And the living room, I did these big travertine pillars, and I just always thought that looked cool, And there's big fireplaces and the whole entertainment center, all hand built by these guys who did all this woodwork were super good, so it turned out really nice. And just wanted a big open living room. It's kind of where we spend most of the time hanging out, and it's kind of the spot where the family chills. So down here, yeah. Yeah, Hayden's asleep. Hayden's room's in there. He's asleep. I don't want to wake him up because he gets gnarly. So down here, down the hall, we have Haley's room, my daughter's room in there, which is basically done up like for a girl. And it's the way my wife likes it, even though my daughter's way into dirt bikes and thinks gonna be a tomboy, so. And then into this room is, I mean, we just moved in here like about 4 months ago, so still finishing it up, but this is the master suite, and it's just cool, big open room, and kind of just where we hang out, and really I best just go to bed last minute. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, every guy who's got a chick has had to do the glamour shots. I know, it's kind of funny, but we go down to this Joseph Carroll is this lady, and she works us pretty good for the family shots. So we get in there. I guess it's my wife's time to like actually take some pictures and get done up. So it's cool, but yeah, glamour shots, dude. So, and then it only gets better. So we have the fireplace, sitting room, and some cool pictures, man. So this is down the master bathroom. This is kind of where my chick goes to the mall and buys everything and puts it in here. So she's got a pretty big closet that is stacked full of clothes. So yeah, most girls probably, I don't know, that's their dream one day, just to have a closet like that. But I mean, that's a lot of freestyle contest wins. A lot of gold medals in here, so it's all good. Come down here, and my closet's the basic one. You can tell it's mine. Like, mine is kind of just smaller, and I just have all free stuff. It's all free. That's always been my deal. So you can see the mess. This is my closet, how organized I keep it. And yeah, so my deal is free clothes, basically. That's my wardrobe, is whatever I get from sponsors and put on, but my money goes to trucks. That's the battle, to trucks and dirt bikes. So, and then in here is the master bathroom. It's kind of cool for me. It's got the hot tub with a lot of jets and stuff in it, and there'll be days after I ride dirt bikes for a long time, I was chilling there, and it actually does help a lot. And she's got her sink, I have mine, a big stand-up shower with a bunch of shower heads in it. It's actually pretty fun to take a shower in here because there's so much to mess with and so many different shower heads that it's pretty cool, and the kids have fun in there. So it's cool. And then the bathroom, and you know, you're killing it when you have a bidet, you know. That's when you're really doing big things. You have a bidet. My wife gives me a hard time because I'll like open the door and I'll be sitting on the bidet looking at her and going, yeah. The water flying up my butt. It's pretty sweet. So now that's that, and come down to this end, they can see this hallway is a good place for the kids to ride their bikes. And then come down here, there's the office, which is been kind of an area that I'm still trying to finish up, but I had all these desks custom made, and it's just cool, you know, cool little area just to do business. And I used to go down to the office at Mulisha and work all the time, but now that moved to Irvine, and I'm still involved heavily running the company, and I do a lot from my house. So the thing is I just put up just enough stuff to kind of, that was my favorites of pictures, and then just enough to sit in here during the couple hours during the day and do business, which is cool. So that's that. And a lot of people think that we sold Mulisha. We didn't sell it. Come on, dude, I still own it. Sick of that rumor. So, bathroom, everything's badass. Like, everything's granite, custom stone. Like, each of these stone is like personally laid by the Mexican who did the stone. Personally put each little piece in there. So, guy's a worker, dude. But and all this metal is custom made. All this stuff is all handmade, and it's just one of those things when you build a house, you know, like, all right, so. And we'll stay out there. That's where all the Christmas presents are. And I got yelled at yesterday for going in there. But the guest bedroom is nice. I mean, come stay over at my house, but actually only certain guests get to use this bedroom. Only the high quality guests get to use this one. So, and then the rest get to sleep down in the shop. But so yeah, it's nice. And come down here. Washroom. This is actually really spent a lot of time making this right. We always washing clothes, always doing stuff, so it's all custom cabinets, and it's cool. So wash my gear up here, so it's all, you gotta have a good spot. We'll cruise out the garage. Garage is a little bit of a mess, which still have to clean up, but basically this is the garage up top where the cars go, and some reason we never park our cars in here, so we have this big garage that has nothing in it. But over here is, this is an add-on. This wasn't even part of the house. The house ended right here, but I was like, you know what, we have to have a gym. So come in here, and we got the gym in here, which is cool. It's a 1,000 square foot gym. It's a 1,000 square foot gym. And this is kind of where, I'll come over here and turn the TV on, work out a little bit. I don't really have to work out more than about 30, 45 minutes a day. Come in here real quick, bust it out. It's better than going to the gym, dealing with the whole scene there and all that crap. So stoked. This is where we do it. And believe it or not, the other day, I did yoga in here. My chicks started doing yoga and working out, which is good. And so the yoga instructor came over, and I'm like, it was a bunch of ladies, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I came out here and I was like doing the stretches and everything, and I was like, oh man, that was pretty easy. And I've actually seen my buddies going by. I was like kind of hiding. And so the next day I'm like, damn, dude, I was so sore the next day. I'm like, geez. So it actually was a hard workout, believe it or not. So I'm a firm believer in that. So I come out here if I'm frustrated. I get on this guy and punch him in the face. I come out here, and if I had a bad day, I'll be like, dude, you know what? I knock him out, and I go back inside and go, hello, honey, how you doing? That's pretty much what takes out my frustration there. And then we basically have a wrap up of the house. So that's about it. So these are the cars. This is, we're out front of my house. And the sad thing is I live on a freaking long dirt road. So it's been tough keeping cars clean. And believe it or not, we still have a detailer come, which is complete, like, I don't know why. But so this car is actually pretty good out here, the Range Rover. It's a new Range Rover, fuel injected. This thing hauls butt. And it's actually a great car to drive. It's definitely one of my bigger payments, though. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep this thing, but from this is kind of like, this is kind of the mutual car between me and my wife. If this car has a problem here, which is the Cadillac Escalade, which my wife's, once she got this car, where she used to be the firm believer in the VW Jetta. Back when, actually she'll kill me when I tell you, but her first car was the Geostorm when we first met, and I had an old F-150, so we were like, you know, we met over 15 years ago, and the thing is like, to say that we basically had nothing is a true story, you know, we started from nothing, but so now she really enjoys having the Cadillac Escalade, and it's kind of her car, and it's a big car, good for the kids and all that, and kind of got these colors that wouldn't look super dirty out here in the dirt, you know. But, and then there's all kinds of dirt bikes laying around, and this is my truck over here that West Coast Customs did, and they did it on that TV show on TLC. And basically gave them a stock Chevy Z71 four-wheel drive, and they took it and flatted it out, flat charcoal gray, and then did the flat black rims. And I just thought it was cool, you know, something different. And I've had this thing for a couple years, and it still looks sick. The dirtier it gets, the better it looks, you know. And I definitely had it all murdered out before everyone else on TV, so they were biting off my shit. No, but basically this truck's sick. I'm pumped on it and cruise around town. The next thing though is I want to get it all ripped apart and get it all four-linked and get it all ready to off-road and take it and jump it in the hills and stuff. So it's been a cool truck. So gotta have a truck to ride dirt bikes. But that's that. And believe it or not, I have a Mercedes AMG 55 that's been sitting in the garage for probably 5 months at my other house because I don't want to drive it down the dirt road. So I just make the payment, and I don't even like remember I have this car, which is completely retarded. So if you want to buy a Mercedes, it's for sale. Well, but the front of the house, you can see like it's not done yet. I want to do fountains and grass, and maybe by the next time you see me, we'll have all this done and big palm trees, but just wanted the grand entrance with the pillars and all that. So I don't know, I'd say from coming from Nebraska 10 years ago, a lot's changed, you know, and definitely acquired a few more things. So see you later from Transworld Motocross. Thanks for coming out to the compound. Later.